Oasis Audio presents Classic Starts, The Odyssey, retold from Homer's original by Tania Zamorsky, read for you by Rebecca K. Reynolds. Prologue. This is the story of a great hero named Odysseus, king of Ithaca, who won victory in the famous Trojan War. He was the leader of a great many men. His soldiers fought beside him and were very loyal to him. This was a time when gods and goddesses roamed and ruled the earth. The home of the gods was Mount Olympus. From up there, the gods watched humans struggle down on earth. Among them was Zeus, king of the gods, with his children Athena and Hermes. Athena was the goddess of wisdom, strength, and war. Hermes was the messenger of the gods. There was also Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and Hera, the goddess of women and marriage. Poseidon was god of the sea. Sometimes the gods got involved in human lives. Odysseus and his soldiers angered some of the gods during the Trojan War. Because of this, the gods decided to make Odysseus's voyage home very long and rough. It became a winding journey, an odyssey that took Odysseus 10 years. Along the way, he and his men passed many islands and met many creatures. Some of the creatures were good and some were bad. Some of the men were helpful and some of them meant to harm Odysseus and his men. But Odysseus was lucky. He was helped by the goddess Athena. She took pity on him. But the best stories start at the beginning, so then shall ours. The Trojan War began because of love, jealousy, and betrayal. One day Zeus was hosting a wedding banquet on Mount Olympus. All the gods, half-gods, and royal people were invited, except for Eris, the goddess of trouble. As revenge for this, Eris came in disguise and threw an apple down onto the banquet table. It was a gift, she claimed, for the fairest goddess in the room. Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite began to fight over the apple. They asked Zeus to decide who was to get the fruit. Zeus was smarter than that and refused. Instead, he named a young mortal man to be the judge. His name was Paris, and he was from the city of Troy. The three goddesses began to bargain with the young man. Hera offered Paris power over lands far and wide. Athena promised him wisdom, strength, and courage, but Aphrodite offered the young man the best prize of all. She promised the love of the most beautiful mortal woman in the world. The young man chose Aphrodite as the fairest goddess of the three. Aphrodite enjoyed her apple. The most beautiful woman in the world was Helen. She was already married to King Menelaus of Sparta, but Paris didn't care. He went to Menelaus's castle and took Helen back to his home in Troy. Menelaus was furious. So was King Agamemnon, his brother. They set out to take back Helen. Menelaus and Agamemnon took many other men with them, including Odysseus. This group of mighty kings and their soldiers was called the Achaeans. They sailed their great ships to the coast of Troy. This is how the Trojan War began. It lasted 10 years. After years of struggle, the Achaeans were finally victorious over the Trojans. Helen was reunited with her true husband, Menelaus. In this final year of the war, Odysseus came up with a plan to destroy the city of Troy and end the war completely. He directed his men to build a giant, hollow wooden horse and told them to climb inside. Odysseus joined them in hiding. The horse was pulled to Troy's city gates and left just outside. There was a note around the horse's neck. It said that the creature was an offering from Odysseus to the goddess Athena. It also said that his army had left Troy. The Trojans were thrilled to find the horse at their gates.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?